Hey there. I hope that everyone is doing well. I am filming this video for friends and family to give them an update on my life, and then also for anyone that I don't know that is watching this video that may be going through a similar situation that I'm going through, to just kind of give some insight into how it's going for me and what to expect. And I would love any feedback or thoughts or stories, tips would be great. I am not a professional YouTuber. I'm not really sure what I'm doing on all of this, so I've actually filmed some videos in the last week or so, but I haven't felt well enough to finish them, and I have no idea how to edit any of that stuff. So here we go. I'm trying to film something that is short and sweet, and hopefully it works. For those that don't know, my name is Rebecca, and I was recently diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer. I am HER2 positive, hormone negative, so ER, PR negative, and I have a pretty big tumor on my right side, and it's in my lymph nodes, and I also have DCIS, which is what they consider a stage 0 breast cancer. And I posted a video that's like an hour long, and it's very long. You may not watch it all, but it kind of talks about that a little bit, and I am probably going to film some videos that talk about getting diagnosed and like how we even got to where we are right now. But for purposes of keeping this short and sweet, I really just kind of wanted to update the last week and a half or so, which is the last week. Last Tuesday, I had my first chemo treatment. So for this type of cancer that is very aggressive, they have a very aggressive treatment plan. I'm pretty much doing the buffet of cancer treatments. So I'm doing an aggressive chemo, and I'm planning to have a bilateral mastectomy after the first 6 rounds of this chemo, and then I will have radiation and the targeted therapies that I'm also doing with this chemo round right now will continue for another 12 rounds after the first 6. So basically right now I have 4 drugs that I get every 21 days, and after the 6 rounds I'll have 2 of those drugs for another 12 rounds once every 21 days. So this is a pretty intensive treatment plan, which is the only option that we have, because if you know me, you know that I have 3 beautiful babies, and I am 41, and we have a lot of life ahead of us, and it's really, really tough right now, but this is the plan that God put in front of us, and we're ready to take it on. I say that literally with tears in my eyes, because it is not easy. So the last week and a half have been, it's been really tough. I'm gonna be upfront about that. There's no way to sugarcoat it. They prep you before you have chemo and tell you, it's gonna be tough, and you can do this, and there's all of these tips that people give you before, and they're definitely giving them to me now, and it is very helpful. But I don't think that until you go through that first round of chemo, like, you really understand how hard it is. And that's what we've been experiencing this week. So like I said, I had chemo last Tuesday, so that was an all-day affair. I have a port, which is really not that pretty. I kind of just flashed it. A port that was put in the Thursday before chemo, and On chemo day, you know, you go in and they give you a bunch of pre-meds to help counteract any side effects, and then they give you each of the drugs one by one, and it's a process that takes pretty much all day. I think we got there around 7:30, 7:45, and we left a little after 4. And then those drugs work for the next 21 days, and then the 21st day, or that Tuesday, that they'll do it again. So that day of chemo, it's really not as bad that during the chemo. I mean, the port helps. You don't really feel the medicine coming in. You get a little tired because there's Benadryl, but you know, it wasn't as bad that day as I had built up in my mind. I mean, it's a scary thing to go in to a cancer center where there's rows of people getting chemo, and everybody's at a different stage, and you know, they all have different types of cancer and different stories, and it, you know, it's a little overwhelming. I'm very, very blessed for so many reasons, but I have the very best family in the world. My husband and my parents are, you know, they just hold me up, and my mom, of course, is there for, you know, my dad is there, you know, my husband is there. It is very, I'm very, very blessed for that. So I have someone sitting with me for chemo the whole time, and that's comforting. They're making sure that I'm being well taken care of and distracting me and doing all of the things. So that day was not so bad. The days following it, Wednesday and Thursday, I felt pretty crummy. But just like, you just feel crummy. I don't know how to describe it. It's not unbearable. It's not where you can't function or anything like that. You just don't really feel great. My problem really kind of started on Friday after chemo, which was to be expected. I think what I didn't expect was how hard it would get for several days and how it comes in waves. So, you know, a lot of people get different types of side effects from chemo. My side effect that has been debilitating is that I just can't keep anything down. Like, and I don't mean like I'm not throwing up. Everything just kind of like runs through me. That's way TMI. But if you're watching this because you want to know what it's going to be like, I mean, that's the big side effect for the Perjeta, which is one of the drugs that I take, and it has hit me this first round really hard, and I haven't been able to drink enough water. I've gotten very dehydrated. When you already don't feel well, I mean, I have just been struggling, and it's frustrating because it comes and goes. So like it's hard for me to like be able to plan around that for work or for my kids or for any of the other things that I do in my life, because I do a lot of things in my life, and so that's been very discouraging, and it's hard to keep a positive attitude. It's been hard to keep a positive attitude 100% of the time. You know, I think everyone will tell you, and on today, when I'm talking about this and I'm feeling better today than I have at all since the first chemo, so I can say that with more energy. Like, you got to keep a positive attitude. You've got to stay positive. You can't do that all the time, and that's tough, because you just have to be able to realize that you can't stay positive all the time. And I've had a really hard time with that, because it's scary. And there's times already, you know, only a week in, one cycle in, where I'm like, I can't do this for another 5 rounds. And you have those moments, and I've had that flitter in my head, and I know that isn't real. Like, I know that I can do that. I know that I can do this, and I know that it will pass, and I know that. But when you ask how I'm doing, and you know, that those are the struggles that I have. And what I will say, and really one of the reasons why I want to film this video and get this out, is because what I have also experienced in the last couple of weeks, and I hope that, my wish is that everyone would feel this when they are going through something really, really tough. And I know that not everybody does, but I want everyone to feel this, and I want to be able to pay this forward, is that there are really good people in this world. God has put really, really good people that I don't even know here. And in my life and in my path, and I want to acknowledge that, because it's, you know, when you don't feel good, it's hard to necessarily reach out individually and to send thank you notes and all of those things that I intend to do. But in the last few weeks, people in our community where I live, people outside of where I live, have reached out to me and have done things that just are humbling and stop you in your tracks. And they are like these God winks of, we've got you. You've got like this community of people around you that are praying for you, that know you and love you, and don't know you and love you, and have been where you are, or have family members that have been where you are, or have gone through and done hard things. And they have just wrapped me in prayer and blessed me and blessed my family and my kids and my husband, my parents. And thank you for that, because sometimes it's hard to see the good in the world. And let me tell you something, that's the devil at work, because there are good people here. There are people that just are amazing. And I appreciate that. I appreciate that being in my life. I have had meals dropped off, and devotionals and prayers and love and tips from friends of friends, family members of friends, my family. And man, let me tell you that has gotten me through the last week and a half of my life. And I appreciate that very much. So, I think that it is really important that you have a support system wherever you can find it. And I have been able to have a support system that has reached out to me and loved me even when I can't acknowledge it or ask for it, or it is just, thank you. Just thank you for that. That's all I can really say. I appreciate it. It's going to be a rough year for us. And in the moments in the very beginning where I'm struggling, I am being lifted up and getting through. And like today I look around and I see, okay, I got this. I've done it. I've gotten through to this week. I've gotten to this day, and I am not 100%, but I am better. And next week's going to be a good week. And when we go into the next round, I know what to expect. And I have all of these supports behind me. And one of the sweetest things that someone has done, I hate to like single out anything because everything is just so amazing. Not just for me, for my kids to see like how great we are, how great God is, how great Scripture is, how Scripture can tie into your life and sustain you. And one of those things that somebody has done that I don't know, and I hope to meet, the wife of a friend of my parents, gave me a care package, and in the care package with all of the great things was a little bag with laminated scripture verses, and it was just to be able to look through and gain strength and know where to seek advice. And that's very helpful and very thoughtful, and I appreciate that. And I appreciate it. So going forward, we're told that the next week should be a good week, and I appreciate that very much. I need some relief here, but we also have some hard things that are probably going to happen. My hair is supposed to start falling out here in the next few days. I have not gotten it done because of that. I have some roots going on right now, but with my daughters and my mom, we're probably going to start looking at wigs and what that looks like. Shaving my head, maybe. I don't know. It's a lot harder. It's a lot harder to do that than it is to like think about it or talk about it when you don't have this going on. So the next time I film a video, I'm not sure if I'll have my hair or not. I may film some videos before then, but I'm not sure. So I think we have gotten towards the end of this one. I just wanted to kind of give an update of the chemo that I had. I did have, for those that are wondering, my regimen is it's called TCHP, which is Taxotere, Carboplatin, Herceptin, and Perjeta. That's the first 6 rounds. So the TC is the chemo and the HP is the targeted therapies that will continue past the 6 rounds. And it's no joke. It's no joke, but it's going to kill the cancer, and that's what we need it to do. And we'll do what we need to do to move forward with all of this. So if you are watching this, and I've posted it on my YouTube channel that I just started, feel free to subscribe. I will try to post some video updates as we go along this process. I'm calling it a process. The word journey has become nails on a chalkboard to me just because I think I'm rebelling against having a cancer journey. I just want to get this over with, and the word journey for some reason it's just rubbing me the wrong way, and that's okay. A lot of people call it that, and I respect that. I'm trying to avoid that word, but that's just me. So anyways, I hope everyone has a great weekend, and again, thank you for everyone that has reached out to me. If I have not individually reached out to you yet, just know that I see every word of encouragement, and it means everything to me. So thank you. And if you don't know me and you're watching this video and you're going through a similar situation, you know, definitely share your story with me. If you have tips or fears or anything like that, I would love to be able to get some feedback or provide some insight on how it's going for me. So thank you very much, and I will see you next time. All right, bye.